I'm recording. Are you recording?
Recording.
Hi,
Hello,
listener! It's the day after Christmas!
It is. Well, not for them, but...
Yeah, but for us. But yeah, so both Kate and I are, like, pretty chill.
Yeah, no, we have that Christmas hangover happening.
Yeah.
Also, first night of Hanukkah hangover.
Yeah. Jude has been... Because we have a menorah. So back in, 2016, there was an uptick of not kindness and anti-Semitism, and we live in a very evangelical place here in the Bible Belt, and so we got a menorah, and we do our best to light it at Hanukkah, and so Jude's super excited to do that, so we get to start, yeah.
Like, you put it in the window, and people see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
Just to, normalize people not doing Christmas.
Yeah.
Just be cool, folks. But yeah, so we do that, and yeah, the kids really enjoy it. My thing is, I can't do any of the prayers, so I just play them on YouTube. So that's the best I can do.
Yeah, I don't know him either, but Austin does, because he's Jewish, so
yeah.
We actually got a new menorah. We have two now.
Okay.
His mother gave us another menorah for this year, and it's all gnomes. And
oh, that's so cute.
Our whole living room is slowly becoming gnome and mushroom themed, because it just keeps being a theme that every time his mother gives me something, it's mushroom themed, and then other people this year have joined in on that. So
you told me that you're I don't know why everybody's getting this mushroom vibe from me, but I'm getting mushrooms.
I mean, I do like mushroom things, but
it's just becoming your whole personality on accident.
It does feel like, oh, this is the only thing you have on me. Okay.
Okay, so you have to send me a picture of your gnome.
My mushroom
menorah. Yes, and your mushrooms.
It's very cute.
Do you think Austin would do the prayers if I just put him on speakerphone?
Sure, yeah, I'll ask him.
Okay, ask him for me. Thank you so much.
Because we're going to do it tonight anyway, because it's the second night of Hanukkah.
Tell him thank you in advance. He can say no. But yeah, so listener, I'm sure we told you in the last episode that, because I'm starting to go back to school and life is lifing, we're building up, a cachet of episodes far in advance.
I think we touched on that.
I think so, too. I think I'm probably going to tell them every time.
From, months ago.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, so the way that last year was just so crazy that we did record a bunch of episodes, but I think, intended to get them out earlier, and then it became, Q3, and it was oh, we have to start putting these out.
Yeah, and it ended up being incredibly helpful to have such a big backlog.
Yeah, it is nice.
But yeah, so what have you been doing, Kate? What's happening?
It's also been a minute since we last recorded, so when we don't record, we end up getting really busy in our lives. I feel like it lines up right at that busy period for the holidays that we tend to end things.
I agree. I think that we're really good at the timing of our seasons, and by being good at it, it's totally an accident. But yeah, that we tend to stop somewhere around October, start back up somewhere around March, sort of thing. So
we haven't had have I told you that I've been working on my I don't want to call it a
your
superhero
henchman
story, but
yeah,
my henchman and reporter story.
Yeah.
I don't want to say Megamind vibes, but that's what I am working with, so I do have to say Megamind vibes. Ever so slightly.
Ever so slightly. Yeah, I did know that. We've talked a bit about the story and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working on I want to say I'm at the 75% mark with it. I think
That's
they're about
amazing.
to hit the breakup scene is next chapter, and I have a kind of general idea of how I want the dominoes to fall. I hope that I'm not at the point of running out of steam on this this project currently.
Yeah, you'd like to actually get it done.
I would like to get it done and out there, Because, like, I didn't work on the other thing that I was going to send to Heather, the editor, in February. So I'm
Heather.
like, get it done now. Yeah. Like, I think I could finish another 6 chapters or so between now and February. Unless January isn't the shortest month, but my God, it feels like it every time.
It does feel really short. And then, like, Andrew's birthday's in there, too. And so...
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah, you too. That's right. And so, yeah, it just kind of has its own stuff going.
I have, like, a really big work event right smack in the middle of January that has been, like, consuming all of my work time to, like, prepare for. But I do tend to get a lot of writing done during it.
Yeah.
Which is the weird part. Because there's a lot of, like, weird little moments where it's like, I don't have anything to do. I'm just waiting for, like, a certain time to get here so we can all, like, go to the next thing. It's a lot of sitting and, like, a lot of hurry up and wait. So
yeah.
I just pop out my phone and just start writing. So I do get a lot done during it.
Is it during your birthday again?
Thankfully, it is just shy of my birthday this year.
That is awesome. So what are you going to do for your birthday? Okay, we don't have to get into all this. But anyway, I love birthdays, and I'm excited to hear about what you're going to do. So...
I gotta figure it out.
Yeah, you should come to Michigan.
I should come to Michigan.
You should come to Michigan.
Every chance I get.
Absolutely. I still have to get out to New Jersey.
Oh, yeah, you still gotta get down here. But you know what I did do, writing-wise?
Yeah, what'd you do? I do.
I did put up my year-long calendar. I'm on year-long calendar number 2, and I filled out all my big, important dates for, like, Book Harvest is one of them. Monster Erotica, Indie Strangelove.
So, like, this is your year-long calendar.
This is like my year-long calendar.
Did you get, like, that one that's, like, it's like a giant piece of paper?
Yes.
I love that.
One piece of paper.
My calendar that I grabbed, like, my weekly planner, I grabbed it at the beginning of this month. It has a couple pages that are just the giant calendar. And so I did the same thing where I, like, planned out, like, okay, I want, you know, a quarter of my revisions done by this day, a quarter of my revisions done by this, like, sort of thing. And then, like, how I wanted, like, the rest of the writing to go. What I've been using my weekly calendar for is, like, I need it to tell me exactly what to do when. Right? Like, yesterday, I planned out how exactly this day would go. And so, you know, it's 3:00. Now I need to be doing this. Right? And so I'm using it as, like, a manager because yesterday I had a better perspective of how time worked than I do now that I'm in today. Does that make sense? So I don't get, like, sucked into, like, not doing the things. So, yeah, that's how I've been doing it. And it's been working out. Also, I've been, like, really thinking about how I want Remy and Alicia's story to change because I know it needs to. Like, some of the solutions I had figured out before, like, I didn't like them, but I was like, I just need to get this done, right? Now that I've been sitting with it for a while, I'm really figuring out a lot of better solutions.
Okay, I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that. There's a little bit of, like, research I have to do. It's, like, such a small amount. I had told you that I wanted her to have, like, a freak out about, like, some sort of, like, rodent or something in her apartment, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, he would hear her and, like, break down her wall, like, her door. Not her wall. He doesn't, like, Kool Aid Man it, but
He could. He
he kind of does, just through the door.
I feel like a door and a wall are very different things.
Well, come on. It would be really funny for him to, like, bust through drywall. Like, that's a bit much. It works for an ogre, but it doesn't work for a giant man.
Okay, I guess. See, now I have to write an ogre.
You already did.
Wall. I did.
Well, I guess not really, but, like, at the end of the ogre from The Office.
The orc from The Office, yeah.
Orc from The Office. I'm sorry, orc. I got my creatures wrong. He does.
No, he doesn't bust through a wall, but, like, I don't remember how it goes. They do end up outside somehow.
He scales a giant building with her on his back. A Janice Bjork.
No. God.
It never stops being funny. It doesn't.
The psychic damage of reliving that, right, having written that.
No, it's perfect. It makes me so happy.
If I could get into that headspace again, I would, but I don't know. I don't know her.
I don't know her.
Oh.
But yeah, so I wanted this scene, but I never put it in because I felt like it was too silly and like, right? I was just being very annoying about it. And so I have very much embraced, like, I like this for these elements. This is the way it, like, tickles my id. I want it, right? And so I'm like, okay, how do I make it work a little bit better? And so I'm thinking about, like, okay, so a mouse is too small. Like, she shouldn't have, like, the inability to get off of a fucking kitchen counter because of a mouse, right? Like...
what if it's like a possum or like a...
That was exactly my thought!
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So my thought is that, like, she opens up a kitchen drawer and she's like, I didn't realize I put my hat in there, or, like, something like that. And then, like, its little creepy-ass face looks up at her and just goes, oh my God!
The thing is, people do like possum. I feel like you could put any animal in and there'd be a dedicated group of lovers of that animal.
Yes. But a possum makes sense. And also, let me just be real, I am pulling on my mom's actual life canon. So...
Oh, did this happen?
Yes! She's a wild human. I love her so much. No one is my mother. She is one of a kind. So... Yeah, she did actually have, like, a drawer. Oh gosh, the whole story is absolutely wild. You strapped in? You want to hear the story?
Yeah.
Okay, because again, now my mom also is like, if I could have any animal as a pet that is not a dog or a cat, I would have a possum. I'm like, mother, you cannot own a possum. She's like, I know, but I want one so bad.
They are cute. I do like their little fingerless glove hands.
Oh, they're terrifying, but, like, absolutely adorable all at the same time. And they're such good little creatures.
They remind me too much of, like, one of the monsters like, just one of the couples, like, Beetlejuice.
Okay.
You know, the one that, like, opens her mouth and her face is all, like, conical.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so my mom, being the delightful human she is, okay, so my stepdad does not get pets, really. Like, he's getting better about it, but he doesn't really get it, right? And my mom has always had, like, a lot of cats because, again, she's a vibe. It fits her so well. But, yeah, so my mom has cats, and she had cats before she got with Matthew, but Matthew's never been real big on the cats. But, like, he's fine. He's a total sweetheart, right? Well, then she's, like, finding weird dry poop on, like, the windowsill. And she's, like, cleaning it up in, like, silence, right? Because she's like, what the fuck is this? Which of my cats is, like, fucking doing this? Like, I have to figure this out, right? So she's not, like, hiding it from
not litter box trained.
Exactly. Who is breaking the system? So she's not, like, hiding it, but she is cleaning it up before Matthew can see it, right? And then this is going on, and they're eating the food really fast, right? It's like every single morning she really has to fill the bucket of food, right? And then one day she opens up a kitchen drawer, and it was like a cabinet that had like a drawer in it, right? And so she opens up the kitchen drawer and she looks at it and she's like, I don't have a hat that color. Like, I don't have a scarf that color. And it just, like, then it starts moving and it just looks up at her and, like, blinks, and she just closes the drawer again. And she looks at her cat and she's like, what are you doing? This is your job. Don't let animals come in and then just, like, eat your food. Like, what are you doing?
Oh my God.
I know, she is wild. And so she just takes the cupboard out and just puts it outside. Like, that's how she dealt with it. Like, the whole thing goes outside.
Honestly,
now.
That's so valid. I would do that too.
But yeah, so I thought it would be really funny for Alicia to have, like, oh my fucking God sort of reaction instead of, like, my mom's very calm closing the kitchen drawer and putting the cupboard out. But anyway, one of my favorite things is pulling on real life events. Like anything that's, like, absurd that actually has happened in real life is, like, one of my favorite things to put in my books.
Yeah, because, like, there's this weird fear when you're writing of, like, oh no, what if this is just, like, a little bit too bit out there? What if no one would actually say that?
Yeah.
Like, that's the one that gets into my head the worst, and I think it's so stupid because, like, people will say the dumbest shit possible. Like, everything's possible.
People
don't
run
be like,
their mouths.
Who would say that? You know?
Yeah.
People say, Every day, like when I have a conversation with someone, I'm thinking about this would not get if this was in a script right now, it would not get an award for wow, most natural sounding dialogue.
Yeah.
Things people do say about things they like.
One of my favorite things is like when an author gets feedback that like it's just so unbelievable, but that these two characters don't know they like each other, and the author is like, that's literally me and my husband. That's how we got together. Like, I wrote from my own experience, right? And I love that so much.
This is unrealistic. And then it's like, no, it actually happened.
Yeah, no, that was real life.
like, oh my God. I posted this on Threads, I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And, like, the post, I hate it, like, anytime, like, a post gets, like, over 1,000, like, reactions
or something.
Or anything to it, because then it's like, oh no, this is gonna leave my sphere. And people who like everything they read, they have like a bad faith reaction to it,
right? Like, yes.
And like I did get a couple of those like people who literally says things that didn't happen, and it was literally like I was describing a thing that this guy had said at a work dinner, and like he sat down at a table full of women and he said there's not enough testosterone at the table, which like I think if you're a woman, you've probably had that experience or something similar.
Fucking
like it's not out there at all,
dude. Do you
like,
know
he was
how
an older
many...
guy, like
yeah.
But then I got 2 different guys telling me that would never happen. No one would say that. That sounds so weird. I'm like, do you think weird and awkward people don't exist and use sexism as a crutch? Like,
yeah, dude, that is so fucking annoying.
Kills me. Well, and I'm sorry, this is like...
Anyway, yeah, this is totally off, like, topic of what we intended to talk about. Do you want to...
Well, no, actually, I think it merges very nicely with what we want to talk about, which is dirty talk.
Segue, lady, segue.
See, all I'm doing is saying with a little bit of confidence, these things do go together, and then I'm leaving you to figure out how. That's how you seem smart. You say, you know the answer, and then people just kind of scramble to say.
Okay, but I can actually tell you why I think these two things are similar.
Yeah, okay.
Because
I also have a reason, but...
Okay, but, like, I think that one of my biggest gripes with, like, reading books that have dirty talk in them is when it's like, people don't fucking talk like that. Right? Like,
oh my God, the people don't talk. That's what I was gonna say.
Okay, that's hilarious. Because, like, and then also, like, if they did, I would not have, like, a in-the-moment reaction that wasn't like, ooh, you just pulled me out. You just pulled me out of the moment. My headspace is wrong now. Right?
And the thing is, it's so personal and so nitpicky. Like,
it is.
The thing, so you wrote a line that you thought was hot, and it took me out of the moment, I think. And I highlighted the word, and I said, can you swap this out? And then I realized, like, oh no, this is really, like, just a subjective thing.
It's like sucker all over again.
Yeah. It was sucker. I think that's what it was.
It was sucker! No, I told you sucker. I don't like sucker.
Oh, was it? You don't like sucker? What?
In Love Laugh Lich, you were describing what was going on in appendages.
Oh, yeah, because he has...
Yeah, and I didn't like that. I didn't like the word sucker there. But I don't remember what I wrote that didn't work. I remember one time it was actually an Accidentally Under Your Tree. They're, like, making out in the listener, if you can hear my kids stomping around, like, they exist, there's nothing to do, but they were making out in the elevator, and I described the doors opening, and I said the seam of the elevators, like, widened sort of thing. You're like, that's a really creepy sexual word here. Like, so so I do think I changed that.
Don't sexualize the elevator.
Elevators have personalities too. Okay, but don't we know it? So what do you remember what word or what book it was in?
Oh God. Like... I don't think it was that long ago, so I want to say within 1 to 2 years ago, which does make it impossible to pick.
Yeah. I've covered some ground since then.
We have, but like time is like...
Yeah.
You said something... No, it was Rebecca who said, about her current story, I've been working on this for 3 years now. And I said, that's not possible. You only told me about this thing like a year ago. And she goes,
God,
no, it's been 3 years. And I went, no, it hasn't.
she is so funny. So were you right?
I think what it was is that she had worked on it, but then she didn't show it to the group immediately.
Gotcha. Okay. So you just gaslit her into knowing her own project.
I'm constantly gaslighting people.
It's, again, the confidence. You say anything with confidence. So.
Yeah, well.
Okay. We agree that it's subjective.
It is so subjective. Oh my God. Well, so like, it's so entirely subjective, and the entire time you're trying to write dirty talk, you are like having that criticism, having that thought of nobody talks like this.
Mm-hmm. Well, and like, okay, so I think that there are ways to make it work more generally, right? There are a couple things that, like in Hazel and Elijah, don't get caught and find out. He calls her baby, but only in bed, right?
Okay.
And so I know that that's something that's either, if someone notices it, they're gonna be liking it, typically. If they don't notice it, then it's just not something that's like, it's not so prominent that they're going to note it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I like that. Another thing I like to do is, as the moment gets more intense, they lose more and more ability to speak. They speak in like more fractured sentences. They cut themselves off, like stuff like that kind of like intensifies and helps the other character know, or helps the reader know, that they are like losing the headspace. Does that make sense?
You did say this to me before, like a week or two ago, and the way that I interpreted your message was that there was like a really long word that you wanted me to cut out of there.
No, I know. And like, I was trying to give you an example of like how it worked in your book and how to use it. So, because you used the word Pavlovian, which I thought was so funny and so cute.
Okay.
Right? And I didn't want it gone. So we were like, should I cut that word? I was like, no, leave it. But like,
no, because I really thought because you said they should be like breaking off and like having a hard time getting a full sentence out, or like, I would think like the long difficult word.
Yeah.
Not that Pavlovian is
my point was
word, but it's
it's not a regular conversation word. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so like my point was like, I don't want him to be able to say Pavlovian anymore at this context of the story, or this context of the scene. Right?
Okay, so you want me to like move the sentence further up in the scene.
If it was a little bit further up, I wouldn't hate that, because I do like to see the kind of breakdown in communication, like verbal communication, as the scene progresses. I think that really like, it sends a message to the reader that is like, we're losing it. No one's at the fucking wheel anymore. Right? Like, we have our foot on the gas and no one's in control. And I really think that is like a great message. Okay.
And I think it really does build the intensity of the scene.
I agree. Yeah. What do you think about these things?
So I think you did also send this thing to you twice in a row, I think, or maybe on just 2 different websites. And you said, you've sent this to me twice. Stop.
No, I didn't say stop.
And
I just thought it was funny you sent it twice.
Sending you the same.
I just thought it was really funny.
Implied.
Oh God, you have to stop implying things. I don't say things. No, I just thought it was really funny that like you saw it and you're like, okay, she must see this, and then like you saw it again on a different platform and you're like, she must see this. I don't even know if you realized you sent it twice, and so I just thought it was funny. No, don't stop.
No.
If you see it again, send it to me again.
Sending it on other platforms,
yes.
Or just. All right, acknowledged.
Acknowledged. Now it's canon.
Aye, Captain. It was the Tasha L. Is it Tasha L. or Tashal?
Tasha L. Harrison.
Okay, my brain goes, that could be a name. And then it's like, but that's not it. It's not.
No, it's not.
Tasha L. Harrison has this article on how to write dirty talk. And so I've read it like at least 10 times since like a week or 2 ago. Because, like, as I'm writing the scene, I'm, like, trying to check things off, like, that she kind of says to do. And the thing that I think is, like, the best piece of advice for me from that article is when she says to make sure the dirty talk itself feels true to the character. And I think that's like the thing that's going to make it feel the most realistic and most grounded.
Well, because, like, I think that, like, if you have a character that's very, like emotional, like, emotionally aware of themselves, or, like, are really led by their emotions, like, them talking about, like, how someone makes them feel makes so much sense, right? But if you have someone that, like, is maybe more, like, in their head, like, them expressing, like, what they're thinking, or, like, kind of trying to control the mindset of the other person is its own, like, these are two different languages. Like, between, like, how one character to another character would act in the same exact scene, right?
I think also, like, in that, like, when someone kind of gets into that intenser headspace, it kind of distills, like, their personality. Like, people's accents get thicker, or I love a moment
yes,
where they, like,
I love
like,
that.
Just, like, switch languages. I do love what... Like, going on that of, like, it kind of distills down their essence to, like... I just think of it as an accent intensifying. I'm like,
yes, I love that.
But also,
I
like,
love
things
that.
like vocabulary, kind of like,
yes.
This is the dumbest example. So the thing I'm working on.
Okay.
the henchman in my story, because he's a bit of he's very much got like fuckboy vibes. Like, he's crude and boyish. Like, he's so much fun. I'm enjoying the hell out of him.
I fucking love a fuckboy. Let's be real.
I know. There's a reason that
there's a reason it works
for them.
There's a reason it works. Okay.
He, like, early on in the book, in his internal monologue, he goes, "I didn't know she had such a dump truck ass," because, like, he says
fucking
things
hilarious.
in that kind of cruder,
that's so funny.
Vulgarish kind of feel. Like, he's got a little bit of that, and, like, a lot of it, like, the things he kind of either says out loud or in his internal kind of, like, monologue. So it doesn't feel weird for him to be like, "Oh, I want you bouncing and moaning on it." Like, him to get into that kind of
yes, absolutely
intense, like, more not crude. I don't want to keep saying crude, but it's that kind of a little bit explicit, a little bit gross. Like, you can go into that direction.
And also, like, more modern slang.
Yeah, like, he doesn't feel like a Victorian duke.
Exactly. But, like, if you have a character that maybe is...
Yeah, if you have a very quiet, introspective, maybe character, or a character who's, like, maybe a little bit pretentious, like, you have them using their $5 words.
Yes. They're trying to express themselves, and the only word they can come up with is exuberant. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not a normal thing to say. It is very character driven. Like, yeah, no, I absolutely love that. I also, like, if a character is, like, let's say you have a character that's, like, in a different socioeconomic group than the love interest, and they're kind of always trying to, like, elevate themselves up in, like, moments where they're angry, or in, like, a sexual moment, if they start using language, just ways that, like, kind of reveal them, like, strip away the ego, like, strip away, like, the protective layer that we're able to consciously think of and put in place. But, like, when we're having too much strain on our brain to do that, like, how do we talk? Now that we're talking about dirty talk, let's talk about Dan Rathers.
Ooh, okay. Tell me more.
Okay, one of my favorite moments, I can't even remember what election it was. I want to say it was the 2000 election. But he's reporting on it, right? And typically you can't really tell that he's from Texas. But
I guess not.
Yeah,
I don't watch
right?
a lot of but okay.
Well, and, like, this is an out-of-date reference. Okay, guys? I don't know if you know that, because 2000 was 24 years ago right now. So, did you like that? Did that feel good?
Oh, it hurt.
I know. Don't I know? But, like, it was shaping up to be a really, like, he had never encountered this sort of election in his reporting life. And so as he's, like, relaying this information, he starts using, like, I'm not using the right, like, I really wish I had, like, looked at what he actually said before bringing this story up. But
he's got like the southern drawl kind of comes through.
It's not even the southern drawl, it's the words he uses. He's like a we got a real snake in our boots sort of situation, right? Like sort of thing. Like, it's so cute. It is so cute. Like, I cannot tell you how adorable I find it when people like revert into like the language of their grandparents, right? Like in that moment, in that moment, he couldn't shake his roots. They were right there. And he was searching for words, and those words that came from like this very like established in your youth moment, that's what fell out of his mouth. And it happens twice in the course of like 2 or 3 minutes. And I think that is like a really great way to think about sex, like talk, right? Some dirty talk.
Just think of Dan Mathers.
Think of Dan Mathers. Oh man, poor Dan. He doesn't want to be in this conversation right now. But yeah, so like I think that like it's a really good way for one thing to know your characters. Like, and also like this is one of my pet peeves about, I'm not going to say the author's name, but like there is an author who's very popular and they're very good at sex talk. I love that I keep on calling it sex talk. Like, that's the funniest way to refer to this, I think.
I mean, it works. It works in a pinch.
Okay, it works in a pinch. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this author is very good at writing this dirty talk into her scenes, but then she'll write characters that I'm like, this character would not talk in this moment. Like, you have this character that is like nonverbal on a day-to-day moment, like in conversation this character grunts, right? And all of a sudden they're fucking talking. This character's strength is not verbal, right? And so it drives me nuts, and I can't read her because I'm like, just because you're good at something doesn't mean you should do it. Like, I know that my characters tend to be verbal in those moments, right? But, like, in Accidentally Under Your Tree, there was a scene that they had to be really quiet. And it was an interesting writing challenge to think, okay, how do I intensify the scene without using sounds or words? Because, like, a lot of times that is how I, like, intensify those scenes. Is, like, what are they hearing?
Yeah.
And so I think if you can't write a hot scene without them talking, then like go back to basics, figure something else out, right? Like, and like if you're so on brand that all of your scenes include this, then write it that all of your characters can do this then, right? Or like don't expect it only to be the man that's talking dirty. This time it's the woman, because this person writes heterosexual romances. Anyway, my number one pet peeve about all things is when the character doesn't do something that like I perceive as within character. So
no, I love the little subjective at the end. I don't agree with it.
I don't agree with it. You'd really have to make quite the argument to convince me that this character could do this. Like, oh, he's just nonverbal because he's shut off from his emotions. And like, okay, so great. So is he not having an emotional reaction in this sex scene? Like, what the fuck are you trying to tell me then? Right? Like, I feel very annoyed by this, clearly. If you could see my body language, my arms are crossed. Like, I'm pissed.
Oh, so I'm already ready to throw down.
I am. I'm so annoyed. This shit drives me nuts.
Let's bring it back to just dirty talk in general, like how we're trying to...
No, I'm not done yet.
Oh, you're not done with that?
I'm done. I'm just joking. Bring it back to dirty talk in general. The sex talk in general.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Well, so I think like you were talking about when you were intensifying a moment, you like to really bring in, touch on like each of the senses, or like the ones that make sense, I guess. Mm-hmm. What I come back to is like, what do they talk about? Like,
okay, so what do they talk about?
So like, I think that is like a good thing, like a good touchstone of where to start. Like it's the you feel so good, or like you taste so good, like those kinds of things.
Yeah. And
then you just kind of build around it.
One of my favorites is like, I can't get enough of you, or like something like that. Like those sort of things, like always, I think those always fit in every single scene. Something that's really good also is if like for some reason a character has expressed like needing this sort of reassurance, it's really nice to be able to bring in that reassurance either because their partner has been told, I need to feel this, or the partner just actually is in the moment and like is saying this thing that empowers their partner. Okay. Partner A is saying this thing that empowers partner B, even though partner B never told them that this is something they need. It's just like a connective tissue thing that like they link. Does that make sense? It's like realizing that they have this connection.
Okay.
Without either of them explicitly trying to make that connection. It just is there.
Okay,
That's where their puzzle pieces fit into place. Right? And so it's like a nice way of like proving that partner A and partner B belong together to the reader.
Okay, yeah. No, I like that.
So a lot of times that's one of the things I like them to talk about. Also, I love when characters can be funny.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I love that. How delightful is it? Like, when one of them is, like, making the other person laugh in that moment is just, oh, what a joy. I love that.
I think, like, laughing makes it also feel a little more natural. It can be such an awkward moment. Like, there are, like, it diffuses some of the, I think, the apprehension. And I think that helps create a better headspace for the rest of the scene.
Well, I think also, like, sex can be depicted as such a serious thing.
Oh
right?
My God, yes. It's
and
so serious and so dramatic and so stone-faced and, like...
Yeah, and, like, that's the only way for sexy to happen. Like, laughing's not sexy, like, stuff like that. And it's, like, it's really nice to, like, yeah, humanize this moment. And humor is sexy. Humor is hot.
You read a lot of, like, scenes that have, like, a little bit of dirty talk in them. And, like, the thing that will take you out of it is, like... This, I don't think you could say this to me in this moment, and I wouldn't laugh, you know?
Dude, serious? Yes!
Like,
oh my gosh.
So, like, if a guy tells me to call him daddy, and I'm not, like, in that headspace or anything, like, or, like, you know, like, I don't think he's earned that. But the main part, like, if I don't think you've earned it, you're not getting it.
Yeah. I love, that everything has to be earned, not only in your writing, but in your life.
Like, oh, absolutely. People so don't get my full fucking name if they haven't earned it. I had someone ask, what's Kate short for? And I kind of just stared blankly at him for like a minute, like, I don't want to tell you.
It's for Kate, okay? It's for people I want to know.
Yeah, like, what are you, a cop? Like, get out of here.
What are you, a cop? Okay, that just reminded me of Zach on D20. There's, like, the cop character, and he's like, do you got a warrant? Yeah, you got a fucking warrant? Oh my gosh, that's one of my favorite moments ever. Anyway, listener, if you're not into the very niche things that we are, that is a random thing for me to talk about.
If you like... Dungeons and Dragons and you're not into Dimension 20 and in love with Brennan Lee Mulligan, Zach Oyama, Siobhan Thompson, Allie Beardsley, like all the casting crew. Like I could go on.
Good lord. Allie Beardsley, am I being kidnapped? No. Can I leave then?
That's such a fucking good sound. Am I being kidnapped?
Such a good sound. No.
Am I allowed to leave? No.
No. It's so good. And I absolutely love Brennan taking that moment, boiled down to like what's happening in this scene. Like he didn't have to take that moment. And I love Beardsley's like hardly speaking. And like, everything's conveyed. It's so good. It's so good.
Like, just that they're all so good at the improv thing because that's their job. They're all so good at the D&D thing because that's their job. Yes. Like, that they are, like, such great, like, built-in storytellers. It's so good. Have you ever finished this game of D&D? What did you say? If you've ever played a shitty game of D&D, you know how hard it is to, like, get things moving and, like, making things feel like an actual story and fun.
Yeah.
Because there's always people at a D&D table who, like, not always, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, people who are taking themselves too seriously. Mm-hmm. I really think that's what makes a game vibe the best. is when everyone at the table is kind of taking this the same amount of seriously, and
Yeah.
there's no one who's gonna get all bent out of shape because some
We're
people
not
are
doing the
dicking
journey.
around,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
Or everyone is on the same level of we need this to be serious, and no one's like ruining the vibe by dicking around, you know? It's we're all on the same wavelength then.
It is very much like, are we in the same movie together sort of energy.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Like, what movie did you decide to go to? And like we're all unfortunately here with the script.
Kate, do you have any other thoughts on sex talk?
Maybe if I did. Okay, actually, here's a thought. There's continuing on Brennan Lee Mulligan, wonderfully talented human being.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a fan of his, you probably also watch Dropout TV, which has these shows Make Some Noise and Game Changer, and they do these little improv bits in these shows. One of them he gets is a soft dom DM.
Oh, that's so funny.
Like both those skits. There's another one. There's one where he's a dom DM and one where he's a sub DM, I think. And it's the things he says. I go back to that and I go, like, his brain to be able to come up with that on the fly to me is just because like that's the kind of shit that I like try to spend weeks trying to come up with.
Now I like want to I'll
find them and send them to you.
Okay, cool. Because yes. Send them to me on all platforms. So
all the platforms.
All the platforms.
Fantastic. I shall.
Yeah. No, and then I think also something we didn't talk about is tone. Because Brennan Lee Mulligan's a great example of like, there was one in particular, I cannot think of what the prompt was.
Is this the sword and the
It's a game changer.
Is it?
No, that is so funny. God damn it.
I know.
That's so funny.
Marty sends that bit to me at least once a week.
This is one that I don't send it to her on every platform, but if it comes on my feed, like, Kate, you're going to get this one again. We're experiencing this one again. Okay. We were going to go through this one together. So Izzy is on Game Changers with him. I distinctly remember that.
Yes.
And he gets some sort of prompt and he has to do it like a dom, and his like, get on your knees.
That's like, this is the one I'm telling you about.
Okay. But like, let's talk tone, right? Because like, it is the commitment to that line that works really well. Also, let's talk tone in Fleabag too. Okay. So we have Fleabag in confession with Hot Priest, and Hot Priest just says kneel. Right? And it is a totally, like, this is something that a priest would say. But fucking tone is everything.
Because it's leaning into that, like, priest fantasy, but at the same time, like, it is such an emotional moment in that series. Like, it's such a...
so good.
It's so loaded with everything that the show has been kind of mulling over.
Yes.
Like, it's been building to this.
Well, and then right before that scene, we have him trying to get his alcohol that he's too short to grab. And she calls him father, and he says, don't call me father, like it doesn't make you hot just to say it. Right? And again, like, it is a pretty hot line, but he says it in this way that's like, fuck. Like, he's fucking, like, he likes it.
He's
also annoyed.
Around.
Yes. And I think that's a great example of like, this is a normal sentence to say, but somehow it is very much guiding us down. Not a normal sentence to say, but it's not explicitly a sexual combination of words, right? But it is guiding us down to this moment where their relationship comes to a head, right? And again, we have him saying this pretty long sentence that's kind of a clunky thing to say, but like, humans speak in clunky dialogue. Right?
Yeah, we do.
But then it's leading us to him saying one word and conveying all the like intensity of the scene. Right? So it's kind of like a great example of like, he's using lots of words and now he's down to just one word. Right? Like, it's so good. And I think that that's another element of like sex talk. I'm stuck on saying this now. It is very much distinctive to the character. And it also can start outside of the sex, right? Like, like it's all about the banter leading us to that moment. Anyway.
Got any other thoughts? Writing thoughts?
Writing thoughts? on sex talk or
No,
just writing thoughts in general? Am I to my piece of advice?
Yeah, that's what I meant. My bad.
Okay. My piece of writing advice. Do you have a piece of writing advice? My piece of writing advice is ask Kate.
Oh my god.
Okay, so right now, what I'm really working on, like I have this decent draft that's not done, but there's quite a bit to pull on. So what I have actually done is create a totally separate file, and I'm copying and pasting from one file to the other, making edits and fixing the story almost like I'm rewriting it entirely, but I'm not. Anyway, so this is out of my normal process. And like when I say normal process, like, Kate, do I have a normal process? What do I do?
I think you do.
I think the one thing that I'm consistent on is in chronological order.
Okay.
But even that, like, I'm not doing that for my extra little project at all. But anyway.
I would say you're an exploratory writer. Feels pretty consistent with you.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So anyway, I would say, like, just be prepared to, write it the way that it needs to be done. And that might be different than, I would say, just be flexible. What about you, Kate?
Yeah. I'm going to tack on to that thought. Because this story, I'm really kind of being able to see my writing process kind of granularly. I feel like I'm getting to this point where it really is about the gathering of just little snippets of ideas, not full. Because, like, I get so stressed over trying to have a full big picture outline or a full theme that I'm sure the book needs to, like, hit the notes on. And I get so, like, frustrated at the beginning of a project for not just having a fully formed idea yet, which is, like, of course you're not going to have it at the beginning of the project. But, like, just gathering a bunch of things together and just kind of seeing what gets built out of that and then refining from there kind of becomes my process. But
I agree.
So that's been my process for quite a while. And to, like, kind of observe that this is a stage of my writing. That I have to go through with every project. And, the constantly collecting little bits and snippets and things getting rearranged as I'm moving throughout the story. And this is, like, how I end up building scenes, is I just kind of keep rearranging the same few things that I have left over. Does that make sense?
It does. I feel like,
absolutely. All right. If it doesn't, I guess write to me about it. And we'll figure it out then.
Kate, where can they find you?
They can find me at kate-pryor.com. It links to my newsletter, all my socials, and all my books.
Yeah. And you can find me at Marty the Author. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
You're saying hopefully by this time I have other things out, but I also don't know what they'll be, so no promises.
My goal for 2025 is to put out Remy and Alicia's story and to put out at least one short story, like set in Grand Ridge.
All right.
And then to have time to play with my little extra project. If I get a third short story out, it'll only be because, like, instead of working on the extra little project, I felt like finishing up something that is already, like, in need of just being polished. So, but we'll see. It's just two things this year. That's my goal.
I think it's good to have two things. Something at the beginning of the year, something at the end.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to try to get my henchman story done and out there for 2025. Or the first half to middle of it, let's say. I want to get my short story collection out first half of next year. 3 little size difference short stories.
Yes.
And then I want to have Logan's book in the second half of the year.
Sweet. Okay, so you're, like, planning on 3 things being published next year?
3 things, also like a big Kathy's book question mark all over the place.
And how many books did you publish this year?
This year?
Yeah, was it the one book and then anthologies?
Yeah, 1 book, 2 anthology.
Nice. Kate, way to go.
Yeah.
Freaking dope, dude.
Yeah.
Did I tell them they can find me at Marty the Author on TikTok and Instagram and Threads and I don't know, Blue Sky?
Blue Sky?
Guys. Yeah.
Blue Sky too. My gosh.
I'm not good at I don't know how to do Threads and Blue Sky. Like, I was never good at Twitter either, where I was like, I don't know how to, like, I need to find another video form.
Okay.
Something or other. So I'm looking at Lemonade.
Reels
I don't know. Yeah, I do Instagram Reels. Because, like, me just talking at the camera tends to be, like, that would be my form of Twitter. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can post your thoughts Or you can reply to other people. Like, that's
I usually
literally
reply.
all the functions.
Yeah.
Replying, I think, makes more friends because you're interacting with a specific person instead of just kind of casting a wide, empty net.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's us. You can find me at martyv.com, sign up for newsletter, and newsletter really is my favorite. It really is. I find that very fun. I'm going to school for marketing, so hopefully I have more insight on that stuff. So, ta-da! Yeah. All right, listener.
All right.
We'll talk to you later, okay?
Bye.
Bye, listener. Bye.
Bye. All right.
Are you doing your thing? Are you being weird?